What's the best time to make a video about something? Well, after people have already forgotten about it. In this episode of Tea with Cameron, we're going to talk about Wall Street bets and the Gamestop rebellion. So to start, I'm sure a lot of people have seen articles on the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, etc. About Wall Street bets, the internet forum on Reddit, and they have other groups in other places, and their rebellion, I guess you could call it, against the shorting that's going on at the GameStop stock, as well as AMC and a few other stocks. Essentially what's happening is the hedge funds have made a bet that these stocks are going to go down. And if they go down, the hedge funds make money. And if they go up, the hedge funds will lose money. And in a basic sense of the stock market is if more people want something, the price goes up. If less people want it, the price goes down. And when hedge funds usually say that they're going to short something, people don't want that thing because the hedge funds must have some information that, us plebeians don't know. So usually people start selling their stock to try to get out of it, and then the price goes down and hedge funds make money. Well, this was a unique situation where the traders on these Wall Street bets forums have decided to band together and collude, if you will, and buy the stock, creating demand, driving the price up, and that would cause the hedge funds to lose money. And then that leads to the money flow going from usually the small retail investors, the me's, my parents, siblings, cousins, uncles, all the people in your circle that are doing their investing, those are retail investors. And those people usually lose money in situations like what the hedge funds were hoping for, and that money flows from them to the hedge funds. Now, this situation is causing the opposite flow. By shorting these stocks, betting that the stocks will go down, the hedge funds have basically put up money that will then flow to the retail investors, and that's fantastic. And that's where the rebellion has come from, the idea that this is a GameStop rebellion. And that was just to synopsize what is going on. And what I think is really fascinating isn't the fundamentals of, hey, some guy on Reddit found out that this was happening and decided to band a bunch of people together to actually make this happen. And there's a bunch of crazy people on the internet making millions and losing millions and just investing, their savings in these stocks. That's not the craziest part. I think the craziest and most interesting part of this story is the fact that it's everywhere, and it's bringing people who might not have invested into the stock market. And let me explain. Usually, the people that invest are people in their 30s, their 40s, they're looking to retire, they have a very established career, they're starting to see their Roth IRA, their 401k, it's not growing fast enough, so I'm going to do some investing on the side, I'm going to look into, what can I do to, make my money grow and make my money work for me. And great, that's the way it should work, except you've lost, the beginning years that you could have been investing. There's kids out there that are buying Supreme and luxury goods, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever, and they're buying those goods and the money is flowing out of their pockets into pockets of these big companies so that they can have clout. But now, what's been happening is because the story is everywhere and people are seeing the potential of stocks and seeing the potential of screwing the man instead of paying the man, paying the man of Louis Vuitton to get that bag or get that belt, whatever. They see the potential to, get money out of this situation. And yes, it is true. The CNN, the Wall Street journalists who are writing these hit pieces saying, this is going to hurt the retail investor. Yes, there are going to be thousands of retail investors that are going to lose their small amounts of savings that they put in. They're going to lose the spending money that they had. But when you lose, you learn. If you didn't ever lose a game of chess, you would never be a good chess player. If you didn't ever lose money in the stock market, I don't think you could ever be a good stock investor. And so what these people are learning at a young age, these young investors coming in thinking that they can turn their $600 stimulus check into tens of thousands of dollars because they've seen that happen, they're seeing the potential of the stock market. They're seeing the potential for compounded returns in the markets. And they might have this opportunity as the loss that makes them learn many good lessons, like what's an option, what is a short, what's a short squeeze, What are all these different things that you can do? And whether it be that they bought into GameStop, they bought into AMC, they bought into Nokia, BlackBerry, Dogecoin, and lost their shorts on Dogecoin, which is just a stupid copy of Bitcoin. It's fundamentally a worse version of Bitcoin because there's just more supply of it. More supply, similar demand means that the price is still going to always be lower. But the point being is these people are going to learn a bunch of lessons and they can apply them months down the road, once all the steam is let out of the energy is let out of the effort behind screwing the hedge funds over, and we'll see this beautiful thing that is young investors putting their money into the market in a wise manner and getting returns that then can set them up to retire potentially earlier than they would. They're not going to be in the situation of their grandparents who have to penny pinch when they're retired, because they had their younger years not saving but investing and learning amazing lessons of what the markets can do for them. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about this whole GameStop rebellion, if you want to call it that, is that young people are moving their money into the markets, going to learn some amazing lessons, and then they're going to be set up to apply those lessons in the future when they have more dollars to put into the application that is investing, and they're going to see huge returns off of that. And I wish that I had committed to investing when I was younger, when I had first been inspired in a similar way. When Tesla was exploding, I saw it at $87 a share, said I'm going to buy Tesla, realized I can't open an account without my parents' consent, didn't end up opening that account, didn't buy in that Tesla before any kind of stock split or anything at $87, just watched it grow and grow and grow, and then that's where we're at. So this is a perfect opportunity for young investors to learn, and I'm just glad to see this happening. So I hope you are excited to see the same thing happen with this whole GameStop rebellion, and I hope that my beginning explanation might have educated you as to what this whole situation is, because I know a lot of fake news is out there, and maybe my explanation wasn't the best, but hopefully it'll teach you or somebody you know a lesson or two. If you want to like this video, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe. I'm going to be doing some more coffee or tea with Cameron depending on when I record these videos, and I appreciate you watching, and have a good one. Cheers.